Hello and welcome. This is Liz Pratt, and I real quick want to introduce you to your WordPress Pin Pro. I've just installed this on one of your websites, and I want to really quickly just give you an overview of how it works, just for your own knowledge, and then how to use it when you're doing postings and pages, because you can really get a ton of leads from Pinterest right now, and I want you using this to your advantage, and this is just so awesome. Okay, so first, you go to your settings, and you go to your WordPress Pin Pro. And I have already set this all up for you. I've put in the registration key. I've bought the registration, so I'm able to do this for you on your sites or on your WordPress fan pages, which I'm going to show you that in a second, how awesome that is. Because at this time, you cannot pin Facebook pictures. So I've set this up that if it's on your fan page, it can get pinned, which is a great way to get traffic back there. So don't mess with this registration number. I've registered it already, and it's taken care of, and it's in your website, or possibly you're looking at putting this into a website. Okay, now it gives you all these options for these different buttons you want. This pin it, the pin like that, or possibly the wording that says click here to pin it. So let me just show you how this works. I have it disabled at this time, but if you want to have this on your site, you can choose top left, top right, bottom left. I have it on the top left right now. Save the changes, and I'll show you what this looks like. I usually start off disabling it unless it was a request that you wanted on your site, or you have a good place for you to put it on your site, because you can see, even though it hovers, it could still probably drive somebody crazy on my site, and I didn't want that to happen. So I just disabled it on my site, but you can choose to have it on your site if you want it, and you choose what size pinning and so on that you want. Okay, now hover image opacity, which I'll show you in just a minute. Override pin URL. I usually do not check this unless it's a Facebook fan page. Usually on Facebook fan pages, I check it so we can drive traffic back to your fan page. But what this does is you override the pin. Pins always go to the page that they're coming from, which we want, because we want to drive traffic from our articles and our newsletters and our audios and our videos and so on, because you can pin videos. A lot of people don't realize that. We want to drive our traffic back with that. But in some cases, like our fan page, or if we're having a telesummit or something to that effect, we maybe would pin this to drive people to a squeeze page. But in this case, I'm not driving people to a squeeze page or a fan page. So I just need to save those changes, okay, to make sure it's updated. Now, if you're doing a page or a post, this is what's so important and why I wanted to show you how this works. So we go to a post, and let's just scroll down to one of our postings, and I'm going to show you how to put this in. Okay, and you could pick any of your posts that you currently have, or you can pick, this will be for future postings, or you can go back and do all your postings, and possibly you've chosen that option to have me do that for your website already. Okay, so I could do that for all your websites if you want, or you can go back to your past postings and do it, but just please make sure you're doing it for future postings, because you want to make sure you're getting that traffic. So this is really simple. I could pick anywhere on my page that I want words to be pinnable. So I could just right here at the bottom, let's say, I just can say click here to pin this. Okay, now I can make these words pinnable, and all I have to do is make this an active link, and the link can go anywhere. It doesn't matter where it goes, okay, because it's not going to show. And then I just highlight it, and I go over here to styles. If you cannot find your styles, push this little button, kitchen sink button, push it, and you'll see it. And I pin on click. So somebody clicks on click here to pin this, it will show up. Another great thing to do is your images. So I've got several images on this. Okay, so I can click on this photo, go again under styles, and click on the pin on hover. Now I want to make sure it works. Sometimes I mess it up. I click it too many times and it doesn't work. Okay, so pin on hover. I don't know if that worked on that one. Let's try it again on this picture. Okay. And I want to make sure it pins on the hover. Come on. Make sure it's working. Okay, it looks like it's working. It's showing pin on hover. And now let's look at this one, pin on hover. Okay, now I update when I see where it says pin on hover. Okay. Then preview the changes. Okay, now watch what happens to these photos. This is really cool. So anytime somebody goes over the photos, it's going to say pin it, and the little pin it button is going to show up. Do you see that? And this works out really well, especially on Facebook fan pages. So I want to make sure that you're hitting that styles button or using these linking. Now watch what happens if I click here to pin this. See, it pops up and I can pin them. So if somebody doesn't have a Pinterest account and they click it, it'll ask them to set up their Pinterest account. So this is a great way to start getting traffic from your visitors on Pinterest. Now another great thing to do is to actually take your photos. So I can take this photo right here and pop it into Pixlr, Photoshop, or online editors. There's so many of them that you can be using, GIMP or something, and actually put words across it that say something like summer email secrets or something on the picture. So when it actually is pinned, it's not just a picture of me riding a bike. It would actually have words on it that would encourage people to pin. The words that get people to pin the most are things like 10 tips or email secrets, using tips, secrets, so on like that, and especially anything with numbers. 5 ways to save money. So anytime you use that in your pictures and in your postings, you're going to drive a lot more traffic. So use this pin. It's now installed on your site or on your Facebook page, fan page, to be used. So I want to make sure when you're blog posting that you know how to just use the simple styles, update it, and make sure you're getting the most out of this WordPress Pin Pro. Now, if you've got somebody doing your blogging for you, or if you have other people working on your site for you, make sure they know how to use this, because they can put this in every page and in every post on your site to make sure that everything's hovering, and it not only does it look really cool, but you're going to get a ton of traffic off of Pinterest. Okay, have a great day.